Okay, students, our today's topic is climate. Now, what is the meaning of the word climate? Actually, climate refers to the sum of total weather conditions and the variations over a large areas for a long time of periods. The period is approximately 30 to 35 years. So that is called climate. We all know that what is weather. Weather is a state of atmosphere at any point of a time or space. It changes every moment. तो पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड में जो किसी भी जगह का टेम्परेचर होता है, एटमोसफेयर होता है, कंडीशंस होती हैं, उसे हम लोग वेदर कहते हैं. वाई क्लाइमेट इज आल्सो अ वेदर in which we analyze weather of 30 to 35 years last. Now, what is a weather then? Weather is the state of atmosphere at any point of time and space. It changes every moment. While climate refers to the sum total of weather conditions and variation over a large areas for a long period of time. That is 30 to 35 years. Second thing, that the elements of weather are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and rainfall. Means in weather, the main elements of weathers are at a particular time of period are the what is the atmospheric pressure at a particular time of period, the winds, the total humidity, how much humidity, and what is the temperature at that particular time is called a weather. While in climate, elements of climates are the same as those of weather. These are also same as weather. Here we analyze them for in a long time of period, like 30 to 35 years. Now, if you take the examples in weather, then the examples are like today, the weather is very cloudy, windy. आज काफी हवा चल रही है. The weather is very dry, wet, etc. While in climate, the examples are like the climate of India is monsoon, equatorial, temperate, frigid, etc. So this is how we differentiate the term weather and climate. So if we see that what is the climate of India, then as I told you that the climate of India is monsoon. Then why the climate of India is called a monsoon? Why India lies? If we see the map of India, then half of India lies in the torrid zone and the half of India lies in the temperate zone. The reason why India is called a monsoon climate, because in the 6 months the southwest monsoon winds are running on India from southwest to northeast. In the remaining 6 years, these winds goes just opposite direction, that means from northeast to southwest. So the whole year we see only one type of wind flowing in India, and that is the monsoon wind. That is why the climate of India is called a monsoon climate. Now, India has a diverse climatic conditions. Now, the factors or the elements which we take are the two elements for the climate or Indian climate. The first one is the most important, is the temperature. If we see the temperature of India, then in India in summer there is a very high temperature, approximately 50 degrees centigrade temperature. It reaches 50 degrees centigrade temperature in Rajasthan, in the desert areas, whereas around just 20 degrees centigrade in Kashmir region. On the other hand, during the winter season, the temperature goes below 45 degrees centigrade in Kargil region of Kashmir, while at the same time the temperature is 20 degrees centigrade in the South India, like in Tiruvananthapuram. So here we see diverse climatic conditions in India. On the other hand, we take the places, then the India lies, as I told you, that India lies in temperate zone and torrid zone. So there are some places at the same time we see different climatic conditions. Let us take the example during the winter seasons. In the winter season in Kashmir region, there is a snowfall, the temperature is minus 45 degree, while at the same time in Kerala, we go to Kerala, then we see that the farmers are plowing paddy, rice in their fields, and wear just a lungi. So this shows that how much diverse climatic conditions are there in India. Same things, this is the diverse conditions of the climate temperature. Same thing we see in the precipitation. In precipitations, we see in the upper Himalayan parts, it is in the form of snowfall, and it is rain over the rest of the country. The annual precipitation is also varies in India. It is more than 400 centimeter in the eastern part of India, while it is just 10 centimeter in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Similarly, we see the rainfall. The most part of India gets rainfall. The maximum rainfall India gets during the season in between June to September, while there are some parts like Tamil Nadu which get rainfall during the winter seasons by the retreating of monsoon winds. So now the question raised is that what are the climatic conditions which controls climate? Now the factor control climates are, let us go one by one. The first one is latitude. Obviously, in the low latitude areas, they get the direct sun rays, and because of that, this area, low latitude area, is very, we see a high temperature in this area, while in the high latitude areas the temperature is very low, and in the polar area we see that the whole land area is covered with ice in the whole year. So the latitude also affect the climate, it also controls the climate. It depends that in which latitude a particular place is located. The second thing which comes is the altitude. The altitude or the height from the sea level also control the climate. Basically, in the torrid zone, we see that after every 165 meter above, the temperature go down -1 degree centigrade, and that is why we see glaciers in the high mountain region. As I told you that this region is the region where the temperature is very high, but if the examples which we take are the Himalayas or the Kilimanjaro mountains, the high altitude areas of these mountains, their mountains are totally covered with ice. The temperature is very low, so the altitude is also affect that how much above the sea level is that particular land. The next thing is the pressure and winds. The movements of the wind, if the like in this region the temperature is high, obviously the pressure is low, while in this region where the temperature is low, then the pressure is high. As we all know that the relation between the temperature and pressure is just opposite. Temperature is high, then the pressure is low. If the temperature is low, then the pressure is high. So because of the low pressures, the winds goes from high to low regions, and because these winds are cold winds, so these winds also affect the temperature or the weather of that particular area. So this is how we see the winds and the pressure also control the climatic conditions of that particular regions, that which type of winds are coming in that regions. Now the next factor is distance from sea. The land area which is near the sea, as we know that land become hot very soon and similarly become cold very soon, while the water or the sea takes time to become warm, and similarly it also takes time to become cold. So the area which are just nearer to sea, here we see that the temperature is not high or not low. The reason is that during the daytime the cold winds of the sea comes from sea. These winds comes from sea which are cold, and the temperature does not rose up, while in the during the night time the temperature is very low in the land area, but the temperature is not as low in the sea. So the warm air comes from the sea. Because of this the temperature does not go very low in this area, so the temperature of this area is moderate. But as we go far from the sea, we see that its moderating influence decreasing, and the people experiences extreme weather conditions, and this condition is known as continentally. The next factor is ocean current. The ocean currents along with onshore winds affects the climate of the coastal areas. The best example we take is from the here we see in this map of the world, this is Great Britain, which is located in very high latitude areas. As I told you that in the high latitude areas the temperature is very low, and because of this the whole coastal region of Europe does not work, because the water or the sea of the ports of this region becomes ice, and because of this this region of Europe become very cold. But the port near to London, the British ports, does not stops their work, and the ships continuing coming there and going from Britain outside. The reason is that Britain, the water near to Britain does not freeze, and that is just because of the warm current of Gulf Stream. This current is warm, and because of this current Britain does not become cold. So this is how we see that the climate also control the condition of a particular place, like here in Britain. Let us take the next one, and that is relief. Obviously we all know region is a Himalayan it's a mountain region. Then the high altitude areas are cold, while the low altitude areas are hot as compared to the high altitude areas. Similarly, in India, like it's the India and China, the cold Siberian winds does not come during the winter season in India, and it stopped to freeze India during the winter season just because of the northern wall, Himalayan wall. So the climate also affect. If it is a plateau region, then obviously the stone become warm very soon, and because of this, the area become a low pressure area. In the plain regions, we see that region is a lot of forest in the plain regions, and these forests attract clouds, and we see high rainfall in these regions also. So this is how the relief of a particular place also affect the climate. It also control the climate. So these six are the factors which controls a climate of a particular place. That's all in today's part. In the next part, we will do the factors affecting India's climate and the climate of India, that is the monsoon climate. So we will do the Indian monsoon, that is the coming of monsoon and the going of monsoon. Thank you.